The Tale of Corvus by Mario Galvin. This is the tale about Corvus the Crowman. Corvus was the creation of one of my co-workers, friend, and player of Dungeons & Dragons. Together he and I, with several other friends, delved into the lands of swords and magic. They were the players, and I, the game master. Dungeons & Dragons is a tabletop role-playing game played with dice. A 20-sided dice is rolled to determine whether actions by the players are successful in a story that the game master creates. The GM tells a story and gives the players scenarios to act, but also abides by the outcome of the dice. The game is played on tabletop, often paired with graph paper, pencil, and the occasional prop. The group was small that night. Only 4 made it to the game. Among Corvus the Crowman, there was Skinner the Halfling, Craw the Human, and Alfirdi the other human. Together, they were on a trail into the Fangwood Forest. The party was pursued by a considerable number of goblins after escaping an invasion in a nearby village. They were in search of a fort that resided deep in the woods. Throughout the night, they made steady progress with the occasional skirmish of bears and goblin scouts. Now Corvus's dice had been hot the whole session. They rolled high as the Birdman slashed through his foes with such finesse. He was praised by the other players. It seemed like luck had imbued itself into his dice. His luck continued as they reached the fort they sought. Fort Riston had suffered a major loss prior to the group's arrival. The rangers that once held the fort had retreated to another stronghold in the forest. Now the fort is in the possession of another group of goblins, ready to meet Corvus's blade. The party continued to ward off the goblins and trolls. Corvus led them on, moving through the fort room by room until they reached the highest tower, and he came face to face with the gangly creature. Tall, with blood-stained cap that drooped over his pointed ears, he carried a scythe in one hand and its yellow eyes fixed on Corvus. The duo exchanged blow after blow. Corvus, still rolling high, deflected the attacks with ease. The only change now is that his attacks were no longer true. His luck was beginning to fade. With the roll of the dice, Corvus's luck has ended. I had rolled a critical roll, a 20 on the dice, and I had confirmed the critical roll by rolling another 20. With the stats of the scythe that were in hand, it would do 4 times the damage. I could see fear on Corvus's eyes as I started to count the dice. Corvus's death was a blow to the party. The group decided to make a run for it. They managed to take Corvus's cloak as a keepsake. Luck had finally run dry. It had been a year since Corvus's death, and the story is still sung at villages and inns by the bards and gleemen. They titled it A Birdman's Luck. It was difficult for a lovable character to die so tragically by my own hand. Sometimes the dice tells the story, and that's what I love about Dungeons & Dragons, a collaborative storytelling with chance. Thank you for listening, and peace out.